How are you? Good to see you.
Yes, how are you? Good morning. Hold on.
How are you? How are you?
Fine. Myself.
No.
Wow.
That's a good one. The old guy.
Probably see me like what's happening. And I think it's
The activities are not have a chance. When in written state.
Say na dog. Fast. Say no now. Fast. Let me stand here. No talking. Ada negafe. Agabag. See. Ooh, my network is bad. So bad. Adani, what are you close? I'm live. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. I think that's their new thing, yeah. I think that's their new, because there's no other option. Even they will remind you when it's about to be deleted, they will remind you. Yeah, they will ask you to download it.
Breaking news. Zoo government has finally brought evidence against Nnamdi Kanu, and the items will leave you in shock. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 30th of April 2025, and I have some video clips and other information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. The government of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, has finally brought evidence against Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. I'm going to show you their evidences and analyze them in full detail. So as you can see on your screen, we have a video. But before playing this very video, I will first of all go back and read the details, or should I say the publication made by a zoo media platform, and then we will come back to play the video for you. So you must stick around till the very end of this very broadcast that you may be able to watch the video in full. So moving forward, my people, you can see the headline on your screen, which is the inquiry number for Finland protest for the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Please call +358 40 243 6561. I repeat, +358 40 243 6561. This is the only official number that you can call to get all the information that you need concerning this very all-important protest that Biafrans in Finland are, organizing. And I want to call on all Biafrans all over the world, especially those in Europe, America, and some part of Asia that have eligible documents to travel out of your comfort zone. Please make it worth a while. You all have seen what is going on. You have seen what is happening here in Biafra land. You have seen how the zoo terrorists in military uniform is taking over everywhere, having field play here in Biafra land. You can see how Fulani terrorists in the name of headsmen are ravaging everywhere, invading our communities in Enugu State and Ebonyi State, taking over the land as well. It is because men are no longer men. So everybody must make sure that this very all-important protest is a hit, because we need to send message to Finnish authority that this man you are holding is innocent. People only run away from a bad person when they are in trouble. But when you are a good person, nobody runs away from you, especially when you are a leader. So somebody like Mazi Simon Ekpa will not be in this kind of situation, and then Biafrans will leave him behind, only for him and his lawyers. It's a shame, actually. For the past 6 months, it's a big shame. If you are not ashamed, I'm ashamed. You call yourself a Biafran, and we haven't done anything in the physical realm where everybody can see, where Finland can see, apart from the few minutes march that took place after the declaration of Biafra. It's a big shame to us. All over the world, it's a big shame. Everybody's keeping quiet, leaving Mazi Simon Ekpa with his lawyer alone. It's a big shame. Why we have been protesting with sit at home for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the past 4 to 5 years. Oh my goodness me. So please, my brothers and sisters, my fellow Biafrans, we must make sure that this very protest is a hit. Wherever you are, rise up. It's not for me. It's not for any government. It's not for anybody you are following. It is strictly for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Strictly for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Whether you like me or not, you can even throw me in the garbage, throw me in the dustbin. It doesn't matter. Just attend the protest for our Prime Minister. Only that, I'm okay. Thank you. Let us go back into the news. And as you can see on your screen, I will be reading this news from People's Gazette, one of the zoo media platforms. Federal government tenders evidence against Nnamdi Kanu in alleged terrorism charge. The federal government on Tuesday tendered some evidence in the alleged terrorism charge filed against Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. The evidence were tendered by the federal government lawyer Adewega Awomolo San before Justice James Omotosho through the first prosecution witness and a state security service operative identified as PWAAA POA. The witness, who told the court that he had served for about 18 years in service, said he was assigned with some team members to arrest Mr. Kanu at the Golden Tulip Hotel in Lagos. He gave his testimony behind the protective shield. In the evidence presented before the court, video recording of Mr. Kanu's interrogation by SSS operatives was played in the open court, and the statement he made on October 15, 2015 was also read, where he admitted establishing Radio Biafra in London and registered it in London, which is okay. Remember, we are talking about evidences presented by the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. Pay attention, you are going to be amazed. In the statement read out in the open court, Mr. Kanu said he was interrogated by the SSS without the presence of his lawyer as required by law, because the zoo is a lawless country. The IPOB leader, in the documentary evidence, admitted not registering the radio station with the National Broadcasting Commission because he felt there was no need for it. There was no need for it because, first of all, Nnamdi Kanu does not base in Nigeria. He is not, conducting his broadcasting activities in Nigeria. He based in London, and he is a British citizen. So he registered the radio station in London. He doesn't have to register it in all countries of the world. The world has gone far. The world has evolved. The world has moved out from the, analog system to a digital system. We are now in a digital world. So a lot of things have changed. We have internet. I can make my broadcast here and upload it here, and it will be received all over the world. So I don't have to go to all countries to start registering, my platform. It doesn't work that way. We are now in a global village. This is what Fulani does not understand. Now, in his statement, he admitted fighting for emancipation of the people of the Southeast, South, and parts of Benue and Kogi states. Mr. Kanu, who stated that freedom fighting is not a crime in any part of the world, including Nigeria, said it is a fundamental right. A fundamental right. The inalienable right of everybody and every, oppressed people to fight for their emancipation, for their liberation, for their freedom. It is there, both in the United Nations Charter and African Charter for Peoples and Human Rights. It is there, Article 20. Read from 1, 2, and 3 on human and people's rights. It is there. You have the right to fight for your freedom. And the zoo is signatory to this very law. So therefore, it is domesticated here in the zoo law, in the laws of the zoo, because they are signatory not just for the African Charter, but also for the United Nations Charter. So don't tell me any other thing. Nnamdi Kanu is a well-read person and he is highly educated. It is his fundamental right to fight for his emancipation. Now, he continued. He claimed not to be involved in any violence because he had not been linked with any. 4 suitcases recovered from Mr. Kanu in his hotel room in 2015 were brought to the courtroom and displayed. 4 suitcases recovered from Mr. Kanu in his hotel room in 2015 were brought to the courtroom and displayed. Let's know 4 suitcases. Now we want to know what is inside these suitcases. We want to know maybe they package AK-47 inside it or something like that, and he came with it, or he came with them from UK. He passed through the airport both in the UK and in Lagos, and they were not able to see AK-47 assault rifle. Let's see. The suitcase or the suitcases contained personal belongings. Personal belongings. The suitcases contained personal belongings, and I'm reading from a zoo media, not from a Biafran platform. Listen, the suitcases contained personal belongings of the defendant, especially the Radio Biafra equipment. You see, they say especially the Radio Biafra equipment. How did you know that these equipments are from or for Radio Biafra? How did you know? Now, Mr. Kanu's lawyer, Mr. Kanu Agabi, did not object to tendering them, and Justice Omotosho admitted and marked them as exhibits in the trial. Now, let me show you the equipment they are talking about. My fellow Biafrans, this is the equipment, the microphone and the laptop, which is normal for every human being. The microphone and laptop are the equipment they are talking about. Equipment. While we have watched series of videos where white people are dropping arms and food, arms and ammunitions plus food to Boko Haram in the Sambisa forest, we have watched several videos, so many videos where they are dropping arms to Boko Haram in Sambisa forest, and they are not talking about it. Last time such comment was made in the Senate, they said there was no evidence to prove that that thing happened in Nigeria because Boko Haram is also in Chad and Niger. That was what they said. They play politics with the lives of those that they claim they are, leading. They play politics with Zugerians. You see, this is the equipment. This is the equipment, microphone and laptop. That is the exhibit. The exhibit. This is unbelievable. So my people, I want to play the video for you, and so this is the video, and I want you to watch it. So my people, and make it go viral.
The matter is very simple. The state has a case against our client, and we are defending him. And for the first time, the matter has been opened, and we have heard what the evidence is. On Friday, we are coming back to cross-examine him. But in the main, the matter has commenced on a good note, very sound note, very civilized trial, and we hope by the grace of God we'll continue on this note and get to the end.
Well, it's quite unfortunate that we have not woken up to understand that you cannot just arrest people because they have equipment on them. When the interview was going on, the leader of IPOB was mentioning in that particular interview that he was just broadcasting, telling the world about what the British government is doing. And there's nothing wrong with him telling the world that we deserve our rights and we deserve what is in London over here. To be treated fairly, to have what they have, whatever they enjoy, we need to enjoy it in this country.
For the first time in about 10 years, Nnamdi Kanu's case has made headways. The federal government called its first witness today, and they say they have about 5 more witnesses to call. For a matter that has been granted accelerated hearing, Nigerians are eager to know what will be the outcome of this case. Chibuzo Okezie, AIT News, Abuja.
Alright, welcome back to my channel. Now, I want to go straight up to this whole Nnamdi Kanu's court hearing. Come to think of it, because the truth is that no matter how we want to paint it, Nnamdi Kanu has no business being tried in the zoo. In fact, it is illegal. If the zoo are being sincere to themselves, it is illegal to try Nnamdi Kanu. That is the highest level of illegality. First of all, because this whole witnesses they are bringing, witness AAA, now they brought witness BBB, and all this trash and shenanigans that is going on in court, and the whole of illegality that is being carried out by the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, is total trash. It is total trash. Go and quote me anywhere. It is rubbish, pure rubbish. You don't have the jurisdiction to try a man by law, a man that you kidnapped. That alone has actually disqualified you. It's just like this thing that is happening in the zoo between the very dark black man and the EFCC officials. First of all, you abducted a man without any warrant, without anything. You ended up beating him, and that was exactly what they did to Nnamdi Kanu. We saw the images. In fact, currently in court, the prosecution officer, the prosecution counsel is saying haven't brought the video evidences they've been claiming that they have. So all the whole evidence, he did this and he did that, he did incited the people to burn down and do, all those things are trash. They don't have any evidence linking Nnamdi Kanu to holding a terrorist organization or being a terrorist, and all trash. They don't have any right to still hold Nnamdi Kanu. We've said this thing over and over again, but it is as if when we keep on talking, the illegality continues, because we are in a system that the law is totally messed up. There is nothing like rule of law. The country currently is in a state of anarchy. The country is in a state of anarchy. Anything goes. That is why you see state actors and non-state actors, doing all. In fact, let me leave non-state actors. State actors committing all kind of crimes and atrocities, and they are still priding in illegality, both in the judiciary, both in the police, both in the DSS, both in the EFCC. Let's not even go into the terrorist army, which we know have all been committing their own atrocities here and there. So to what end? He has no right. The hearing is not even fair. It is not a fair hearing. I honestly want to hear how this court hearing will end. By tomorrow, tomorrow they will continue, and they will end it on, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, 8 or 9 thereabout, because it's a 3-day stretch court hearing. There is no right whatsoever. They don't have any right to try Nnamdi Kanu in the zoo. No right whatsoever. And I'm saying it with my full chest. They don't have any right. It is because of this country and their level of illegality. That is why these kind of things, are being allowed easily. It is because of the high level of illegality in this country, the high level of lawlessness and anarchy. That is why these kind of things are going on, and the world is watching. Nobody is saying anything. So let us give you more clues, coming from the Nnamdi Kanu's court hearing. Please make sure you're sharing the video, as we'll keep on giving you more information. We'll round up the whole news, on the Nnamdi Kanu court hearing.
The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, is back at the Federal High Court Abuja for his trial in a case of alleged terrorism leveled against him by the federal government. Mr. Kanu, who is all smiles, is received by his defense team. Present in court also are his family members. At the last hearing, the trial judge had approved an accelerated hearing of the case, and he kept to his words, just as the counsel to the federal government, Adegboyega Awomolo, called its first witness, a DSS officer, who testified behind the screen. This, according to him, is due to the nature of the case and for security reasons. The first witness of the federal government, with code name PWAAA, says he led the team that arrested Kanu at a hotel in Lagos on the 14th of October 2015, and the room where he was arrested looked like a broadcasting studio. Mr. Kanu, who claimed to be in the struggle to make life better for people, admits setting up Radio Biafra as a communication engineer. He, however, admitted not having a license to operate a radio station in Nigeria, which is a crime, but defends his action, saying he knows that if he applies, it won't be granted. In Mr. Kanu's statement, he further admits to fighting for emancipation of the people of Southeast, South-South, parts of Benue and Kogi. He declared that freedom fighting is not a crime in any part of the world, including Nigeria, because it is a fundamental right. The defendant further adds that he believes in the freedom of speech and that the UN Charter on People's Rights guarantees the right to self-determination. He denies involvement in any violence because he has not been linked to anyone. The defense team speaks after the day's proceeding, just as the prosecution declines to react.
The matter has eventually kicked off without rancor. You needed to have been in court to observe the proceedings. All the parties cooperated, and PW1 testified. PW1 is Mr. AAA, as he was designated. He investigated the matter 10 years ago, and today he came and gave his evidence and tendered documents.
The government is finally having the trial that it desires. Our position still remains unchanged despite the ongoing trial. That our client is innocent of the charges, that the case is driven by political considerations, and in the end, the innocence of our client will be established.
After 10 long years, finally Nnamdi Kanu now has his day in court as the Nigerian government called its first witness. The case continues on Friday, May 2nd, under cross-examination by Kanu's lawyer.
How to use that. Once you allow your future to be determined by those who don't understand who you are and how you reason, you are finished. That is why Africa can never, ever be developed. Never. It's not the fact that they are coming and taking away our resources. That is by the way. The key thing is the way we reason. Our brain is the problem. Can you tell me that somebody went to a university, well-read, well-versed, eloquent, very erudite, and that person will come out to offer what they may seem as a credible defense of one Nigeria? And I keep asking them, on what basis are you defending Nigeria? Did your ancestors create Nigeria? Is Nigeria homogeneous in terms of value system, in terms of even education, in terms of religion, in terms of culture, in terms of what? Tell me what should make Nigeria great one day. What is it? Oh, perhaps terrorism. I forgot. In order to ensure, please, I hope that people are not, I'm lecturing this evening. I hope people are not going to get tired because I want to teach. This is very, very important. Britain crafted, or should I say set up, what they call the Willing Commission to discuss or look at the plight of the minorities in the East, not in the West, not in the North, because they understand. I'm just trying to let you understand how far they went in order to destroy us. It was cleverly planned. Britain understood that divided they fall. Britain came and said, we are setting up the Willing Commission. The remit of the Willing Commission is to look at how Igbo people are treating Ibibio people, Efik people, Ijo people in the East. That was why they set it up. Nothing in the West, nothing in the North, nothing. But in the North of Nigeria, where the Fulanis are a minority, in the North, you have over 200 tribes and ethnic groups in the North. I said 200, over 200. Even in Sokoto State, it's not just Fulani and Hausa that are in Sokoto. There are other ethnic groups in Sokoto. Britain did not set up any commission to look at the plight of the Bachama people, the Biras and all the rest of them. No. Despite the fact that they had Fulani emirs imposed on them, no, Britain did not see that. No, of course not. There was no minority commission in the North. Britain came to the South to set up a minority commission. Tried to remind us, oh, you are from Ibibio, you are from Anam, you are from Efik, you are from Ejo, you are different from Igbo. That is all. That was what because they realized that if these people can forget There are differences, of course, there is none because we are all Igbo people. I keep saying it. That is why you know that God is miraculous. Chukwu Okike Abiama, wonderful God. You know, I don't know. It's like a code. This Biafra we are pursuing is like a code. One day you discover one thing, the next day you discover another, until we discover all the codes. We cannot be free. What am I talking about? Do you know that, funny enough, all the states that they created and they called it South, in all of them, there are indigenous Igbo people in all of them, including Bayelsa. There are Igbo people everywhere. There are Igbo people. I don't mean those trading in Calabar, or in Oron, or in Eket, or in Ekotek. No. I said indigenous. They are part and parcel of Benue State, part and parcel of Kogi State, part and parcel of Edo State, part and parcel of every state, the so-called South, there are Igbo people everywhere. If you look at the map that they claim today are Igbo people of the 5 states, you see it's very, very tiny and very small. That is to intimidate you into submission. Any day you rise up to ask for Igbo people in Benue State, they complain. Igbo people in Kogi, they complain. Today they held a Ohaneze and Igbo meeting, should I say election, to elect a new Ohaneze President General, which is why the election is illegal. It is illegal, and I'll tell you why it's illegal. Igbo people in Benue did not vote. Igbo people in Kogi did not vote. Igbo people in Cross River did not vote. Igbo people in Akwa Ibom did not vote. Igbo people in Bayelsa did not vote. Are you listening to me? Igbo people in Edo, Iwanke did not vote. In Ohaneze, but they're all Igbo people. Now tell me where Obiozo will derive his legitimacy from. I am touching upon all these things so that you can understand that the way you reason, your process, your thought process, and the way you reason is what makes you a human being. How can you have Ohaneze and Igbo holding elections in Owerri, whereas Igbo people in Benue are not there? So what you're saying, those of you gathered in Owerri, is that those in Benue are not Igbo. We can dash them to Fulani Janjaweed. And do you know that those in Benue, they are called Northern Nigerians? Igbo people in Benue are Northerners. Are you aware of that? Igbo people in Kogi are called Northerners. Are you aware of that? I want you to reason, please. Reason only can get us out of this mess that we are in. Britain set up the Willing Commission to divide us in the East, and they did. Our failure to realize that we are one people is why we are suffering today. Of course, I admit, and let me also apologize tonight live on air to people of EFIC. Nnamdi Azikiwe removed Dr. Eyoeta as the head of government business in Enugu when they kicked him out of Ibadan, Yoruba land. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe single-handedly sowed the seeds for division in the East by removing Eyoeta. And this evening, I apologize on behalf of IPOB, on behalf of every, conscionable Easterner, that what Zeke did was absolutely horrendous. It is awful, it is bad. Eyoeta was doing very, very well. Dr. Ekpo married Margaret Ekpo from Anambra State. Some of you don't know that. Margaret Ekpo International Airport in Calabar is actually an Anambra woman. Some of you don't know that. She's an Igbo woman, of course. Some of you don't know, but we're letting you know tonight that we are one people. We intermarried. In CBD, came from that axis, Arochukwu, Abreba, Ejagam. We are one people. But Britain came and said that we are not the same people. And you see where we are. I'm from Cross River. I'm from Akwa Ibom. But in the north, they say they are from the north. That's what they tell you. We are from the north. They even usurped Middle Belt that has nothing to do with Fulani heritage. They took everything over. Say we are north. When they try to form a group to represent the interest of the Middle Belt, they started complaining. No, we are one north. But in your own village, they're dividing you. I'm from Anambra. I'm from Imo. I'm from Enugu. The more you play this very ridiculous game, the more they advance their cause. Very, very important. None of those at Enugu then realized the damage Eyoeta's removal by Dr. Azikiwe would have caused in furtherance of the British agenda to divide and destroy us from within. I have apologized to the Efik nation, and I shall do so again. We are sorry for the mistakes and division caused by the politics of Dr. Azikiwe, the division that they brought to our land. We apologize. We are one people. And I have treated this very topic before, but it's very simple. If you say that we are not all one people, go and Google Efik now. Go to your Google and search for Efik. They will tell you the relatives, Ibibio and Igbo. They are all related. You search for Ibibio, they will tell you Ibibio is Igbo. You search for Anang, they will tell you that Anang is related to Ibibio, and Ibibio is related to Igbo. You go to Ejo, you do the same thing in Ejo, they will tell you that Ejo is related to Igbo. You go to Lower Benue, Idomaland, then you ask them, they will tell you they are related to Igbo. They have 4 market days. You go to Ubiaja, which is the Eshan, it is the same thing. 4 market days. We are all one people. But because they planted people to divide us, agents of destruction, you call them governors, you call them House of Reps members, you call them senators, because they planted them in our midst, they empowered them, they use Yoruba media to show them up. That is why we're in the mess we're in today. In actual fact, we are all one people. I said, don't take my word for it. Simply go to Google and Google Ejo. You will see their relatives that we see. We see Igbo there. Who is your relative? Is it not somebody who you're close to by blood? Is it not? We launched ESN. One of the strongest sectors we have is Bayelsa. The people who rose from Bayelsa say, "Oh, we want our own regional security." But when the West did theirs, it was only one. When the North did theirs, it's only one. It's only in our land. After launching Eastern Security Network, one idiot from somewhere in Bayelsa or from River State will say, "Oh, we want our own for a nation." Is this either inferiority complex, or these people are acting a script written by their Fulani Janjaweed masters? I want you to understand this very clearly. Now,